Hey, Tony Gasson here. Want to pop in and talk to you today about my 3-year rule. Now, this is something that I kind of made up, and to be honest with you, this was 2 years, but because the world has changed so much and there's so much going on with social media, I changed it to 3 years. Now, the 3-year rule, what this is when you are 25 years of age or older, 25 or older, if a man does not marry you within 3 years, he does not want you. Understand that. Now, you're going to have many men that have 1,000,001 excuses. None of the excuses count. None of the excuses mean anything, because nothing will stop a man from marrying a woman that he truly loves and wants to be his wife. Nothing. I don't care if his entire family passed away, back to back to back. That is not going to stop him from marrying a woman. Reason why is because that woman is going to become his only family. That woman is going to be his consolation. That woman is going to be the shoulder he cries on. I don't care if he is deployed. Marriage is actually going to get him paid more by the army, by the service, the military, whatever it is. I don't care if his money is not where he wants it to be. Marriage is what brings him the favor to earn more money. Studies show that on average, happily married men earn 20 to 30% more money and live on average 10 years longer than men who are not happily married. So the studies are in the favor of a happy marriage. Marriage benefits a man in every single way if he's going to be honest and faithful and loving and trustworthy. Marriage benefits a man in every way. The only time marriage doesn't benefit a man is when he's lying and cheating. When he's lying and cheating, trying to control and dominate and manipulate and coerce a woman to do everything he wants her to do, to think like he thinks, to be a pawn on his chessboard, that's when marriage doesn't work in his favor. That's when marriage is a headache. That's when marriage is just too much of a bother. That's when he's complaining about losing 50% if stuff goes wrong. That's when he has all of the downside of marriage and how marriage doesn't benefit a man. When he's lying and cheating. That's the only time. A man who is marriage minded, who understands the favor and the benefits of marriage, is going to marry a woman within 3 years. And the reason how I know this is because I was in over 100 relationships. I dated over 100 women. Lied down, lost my soul, created a bunch of soul ties, and from women all the way up to the age of 41, when I was only 21, I had been dating. So from 15 to 23, I was out there looking around, all around, studying, doing the research. Women of all races, heights, weight, shapes, colors, everything, in the trenches. And I got married at 23. Got married at 23 years old and 3 weeks, maybe. Yeah, about 23 and 3 weeks old. That's when I got married. And I realized that if a womanizer, what I started to realize is if womanizers like myself, like I was in my past, can settle down and get married at 23, when we meet the one, I started to notice it. So many others, womanizers, was doing the same thing. By the age of 25, 26, 27, men go to getting married. Even womanizers, even though that was lost and confused. The reason being is because a man knows his wife when he meets her. You know it's your wife. See, first, a man is gonna have a gut feeling. From the first time y'all sit down and you talk 2 hours or more, when you talk verbally, not on text message, DM, messenger, and all of that, when you talk verbally, 2 hours or more, a man, regardless of his dating experience, is going to know. He's going to know if you have what it takes to be his wife. He's going to have an idea. And then with every passing month, it gets clearer and clearer if you are his wife or not. So by the 3-month mark, he knows if he wants you to be his girlfriend, if he wants to be exclusive. By the 6-month mark, he should be all the way in, locked in if you're his wife. No other women that he's entertaining or talking to that you know about and that you don't know about. See, you might not know about another woman after the first 30 days, but there may be still other women the rest of the time. 6 months, if he's serious about you, he's cut off every other woman that you know about and that you don't know about, just all around, meaning God's eyes see that he's cut off every other woman. So at 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 15 months, 18 months, you find out about another woman, you're not his wife. You're not his wife. Point blank, period. Hear me what I'm telling you. You're not his wife, okay? If a man has been with you, sniffing your booty for 12 months, and you find out about another woman after the 12-month mark, you're not his wife, okay? Understand that. He's not in love with you because he's had plenty of time to know if you're the one. Now, this is what you got to understand. So, you know how a dog walk up to another dog, sniff his booty, and then just get a feel. Let me see who you is. Let me see what breed this is. You know how dogs always sniffing you. That's what a man doing to a woman. When he done been around you through several cycles, your little friend that come and visit for 3 to 7 days, unless you're the one with the issue of blood and it's there for 14 days or longer, he done been around you. He done seen your highs. He done seen your lows. He done seen you cry. He done seen you laugh to where your side hurting, cry to where your nose snotting. He done seen you angry. He seen you extremely happy. He seen your ups and your downs, your good and your bad, your highs and your lows. Listen, if you find out about another woman after all of that, after that point, he's not your husband. It's a very slim chance, okay? It's a very slim chance. Now, this is what you have to understand. Between 12 to 18 months, a man who is marriage-minded. Now, you're going to have all kind of men. There's no time limit on love. There's no time limit on love. Everybody's different. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Listen, 36 months is not a one-size-fits-all, because some men going to get married at 6 months. Some men going to get married at 12. Some at 18. So you got plenty of time inside that 36. If you ain't married this woman, if you 25 or older, so this means by the time you 28 and you've been with that woman since 25, and the reason why I say 25 is because 25 is really the age of reckoning. Because if you finish your degree, that's 22 years old. If you go and get a master's, then you could be 23 and a half. If you go and get a doctorate, then you're looking at 25, 26. And so if you're going straight through. So 25 is really that age of reckoning, to where most people won't even get a bachelor's. So 25 is you out your house since 18. That's 7 years. Get your life together, find you a job, get your higher education, get your, higher degrees, and then get into work, get you a job, getting your life together. At 25, that's when a man truly becomes a man. Like 18 really shouldn't even be the age of adulthood. It really should be 25. And so, but they're going to always set you up for failure. So 18, you're an adult. 25, that's when you really, you locked in. It's time to get it together. That's the age of reckoning. And so once a man hit 25, now see, if you under 25 and you dating, it's not even real. But you in training camp, you in practice, that don't even count. If you dating a man under 25, it don't even count. Like, in his mind, it might count to you because you may feel mature enough for marriage, for a family, but to that man, it's not real till he's 25. Point blank period, y'all. I done all the research and the numbers, okay? I do this every day, all day. What you doing every day, all day? All right, you don't do relationships every day, all right. Okay, so why you arguing? What you arguing about? Oh my goodness, 25. That is too old. So you trying to tell me 22? Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you under 25, you need to be focused on your schoolwork and your money. Okay? You need not be focusing on a relationship because it is not real. You're wasting all of your time. It is not real. Okay? Because even though I got married at 23, what you got to understand, you can't, oh, well, Tony, you got married at 23, so you contradicting yourself. I'm an exception to the rule. And just like I tell you, I don't teach the exceptions to the rule. I teach the rules. Because somebody drove 90 miles an hour and hit a tree and live. So you think they're going to go and start preaching that and make the speed limit 90 miles an hour now because somebody hit a tree at 90 miles an hour and live? No, that's the exception to the rule. You also you can't ever compare a man to me because unless he doing what I'm doing, unless he got the favor and the anointing on his life that I have on my life. You see what I'm saying? Because you know I'm not here on my own cognizance. You know I'm not here on my own reminiscence, okay? And yes, those are new words that we using today. But you know that I'm not here on my own. Because if I was, then every 36-year-old man would be saying the same thing that I'm saying. I'm pulled by God. You hear me? Every day I wake up, I don't want to do these videos. But the Lord say, you got to do it. Because it ain't going to be no other man that's going to talk as much as you're going to talk for an hour and be real and raw and honest. And y'all don't want to hear the truth, but you're going to have to reckon with the truth eventually. So you might not want to hear it today, but the truth going to sit you down and it's going to force you to listen. Maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. So listen to what I'm telling you. You got 3 years. If that man is 25 years or older, you got 3 years. So all this 4-year relationship, 5-year relationship, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you wasting all your time. You are wasting all of your time. That man does not want you. That man does not want you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Yes. Do it hurt? Yes. Y'all got 2, 3, 4 kids? Yes. You got a starting 5 for the basketball team? Yes. Guess what? He don't want you. You got to understand that he is not marriage minded. He is not. He may want you on his roster. He may want you on his roster, but he don't want you as his main woman. He may want you as his main woman, but he don't want you as his only woman. Let me change that. He may want you as his main woman. He does not want you as his only woman. Understand this. Between 12 and 18 months, a man is going to get on one knee and ask a woman to marry him between 12 and 18 months. If he's marriage minded and he believes you are his wife. Now, what you have to understand, now the caveats and nuance right here is he may believe that you are a wife, meaning he may believe that you are wife material, but he is not marriage minded. So if he's not marriage minded and you are marriage minded, meaning that you desire to be married, but he does not believe in marriage. He thinks it's a scam of religion or the government. He thinks that it's a trap, that it's a setup, that it's a curse, that it jinxes your relationship. Then you are unequally yoked, meaning that y'all are on 2 different pages. You in 2 different books, and you need to get up and move on with your life. That's not your husband. So you cannot make a man be your husband if he does not believe in marriage. A lot of men will not tell a woman that he does not believe in marriage because he knows that most women, 99% of women, believe in marriage and want to be married. Because a woman wants to know that she's worthy of being chosen to love until death does us part. A woman wants to experience, be, and say, I'm a wife, not just a glorified girlfriend, a common law partner who has no rights if you have to go through a breakup. See, a girlfriend don't get anything if y'all get together and you build wealth together and you start businesses together, and your brain as the woman is the brains of the operation. Like, remember the cartoon Pinky and the Brain? You the brain of the operation, you the backbone of the operation, and y'all build this multi-million-dollar company. Guess what? If you're not a wife, you don't get anything. Okay? When he goes about his business, you don't get anything. And the way men work, he will break you down emotionally and spiritually and physically and mentally, that you will get to the end of your rope and you will say, you know what, you can have it all. And then now you definitely without it all. But you see, when Michael Jordan was building his brand and getting all the shoe deals and getting all the championships, Juanita Jordan was there. And she was supporting him, holding him up, speaking life into him, raising his 3 kids. So guess what? When he took a stupid pill and he wanted to go about his business, Juanita Jordan got $200 million. You see what I'm saying? This is what I want you to understand about the power of being a wife, and being a wife without a prenup. Getting a man to where you get him in his beginning, in his genesis, where he got to build up to his revelation. He just ain't already in his all his glory and then want to hit you with a prenup that basically just say you his private dancer, and when he get ready to leave you getting a handshake and a Bible. So that's what you got to understand about this right here. When you meet this man and you see he got the character and he has the ambition, what you need to make sure is that he is marriage minded, that he talking about marriage, that he talking about family, that he has hopes and dreams and visions that revolve around having a marriage and a family. Not you around his dreams of his business and his money, but he understands the foundation is his marriage and his family, and everything else is a byproduct of being a good husband and a good father. See, you'll pick that up in conversation where his belief system is, what he believes about marriage and having a family. And when you pick up that he believes marriage is just a piece of paper, and that it's, and see, you got to have this conversation. You got to sit down and have this conversation, and he gonna tell you exactly how he feel. He gonna tell you exactly how he feel. Might be one of them old Pan-African or one of them old guys that swear they enlightened and just dumb as a box of rocks, but swear they enlightened. And he go to talking about, well, you know, in Africa, where we come from is, we come from a lineage of kings, and you know, it's not even human biologically possible to physiologically have one woman, because a man was wired and created and bred from the goddess of the sun to be a man of 3 to 4 women. And Nahemeth and Methuselah said that he who comes from the dust shall be with 3 or 4 women, and you gonna have one of them. And he go to telling you all that right now. Got to go. Got to go. Get on. See you later. Bye. Can't wait. Bye. And you ain't got to let him know right away. Oh, really? That's interesting. So a man. You know what? I never thought about that. So a man should have 2 or 3 wives, you say? Well, how many personally do you think you can handle? Oh, 4 or 5. Okay. Wow. And you finish up that conversation, and as soon as you get up, you ain't even got to tell him, yo, gotta go. When you having these deep conversation with this man, you might have the other kind of man, okay, that he, well, really, marriage is not even in the Bible. Marriage is a construct of the white man, and it's really a trap to make us pay more taxes, and so that the government has all your business on file. Because what the government does is it wants to file you, put you in a file, like a file cabinet, a file. Yeah, like what the principal has in the office, a file. And that's what the government wants to do, to file you so that they can defile you. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So you essentially are no longer a human. Now you're a piece of paper and you're on file. And so it's a lot of men that's pushing that it's just a piece of paper. It's a trick of the government. No, no, that ain't what this is. Marriage is a covenant. Marriage is a covenant with your creator that says, I am receiving this blessing of a woman because you made her flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, from my body. She comes from me. Whoa, man. She comes from the womb of man. You hear me? So she is me, and I am accepting her, and she is accepting me, and I am giving you my word, signing the dotted line, because that is the legal construct. So guess what? It's like this right here. If a man believes marriage is just a piece of paper, then tell him to throw that winning lottery ticket away and go in there and tell the lotto that he got the number. Since piece of paper don't mean nothing, since a piece of paper don't mean nothing, since you don't need a piece of paper, tell him to go to the lotto office. Yes, I got the winning numbers from last night. I'm like, okay, sir, where your ticket at? Well, yeah, so that's just a piece of paper. Paper come from a tree. What, you want me to bring that in here? Really? A piece of paper? I have the numbers in my head. So, sir, you didn't even write the numbers down? No, that's just a piece of paper. Piece of paper don't matter. Duh. That come from a tree. So the number was 3, 8, 24, 36. So Mega Millions. And they'll be like, sir, if you don't have your ticket, then we can't verify that you won. So you see what I'm saying? Piece of paper mean everything in our society. Now, if we lived in a different society, but the Bible say obey the laws of the land. The law of the land say if you ain't went to the courthouse and signed a piece of paper, you're not married. And if you're not married, you don't have no benefits. See, me being married, I got benefits. Okay? Me being married, I got stipulations. I got rights and regulations. Okay, being married. So see, now guess what? So when they gave y'all the stimulus. When they gave us the stimulus. When they gave us the stimulus, they were looking at 2018 taxes because I ain't filed 2019. See, if I made as an individual $95,000, I think it was, or more that year, I wouldn't be eligible for no stimulus. But being married, I could make up to $150,000. Well, if my wife technically don't work nobody's job, then guess what? If I filed under $150,000, I'm eligible for a stimulus. Even if I filed $149,900, I'm filed jointly that my household, guess what? I'm eligible for a stimulus. But if I was single, filing $149,999, this is just hypothetical, I wouldn't have got no stimulus. See, it's benefits to being married. Okay? And so the other thing about marriage is it's a covenant. So what you got to understand is with a covenant, it's like you making a promise, because you sitting there and you're vowing. See, as humans, we hold vows to be sacred. We hold vows to be like law. So it's bigger than the government. The government don't get nothing from you being married. That ain't got nothing. That ain't get no benefits. You being married and being faithful. See, if you married and unfaithful, then you're not keeping the covenant. You might as well not be married. But if you're married and you're faithful, now you keeping the covenant. So now the covenant is sealed. Now the covenant is blessed. So now blessings are bestowed upon you because you're married and you're faithful. See, marriage without faithfulness, it does not matter. Marriage without real love, it does not matter. Marriage without a kind heart, loving heart, giving heart, it does not matter. You might as well be single because you're out of covenant anyway. So a lot of people say, oh, well, Tony, the Bible says that you should not divorce except for infidelity. But if you don't have love and all y'all got is lies and deception and control and all this, you out of covenant anyways. Your marriage don't even count. That marriage null and void, because that's not marriage. That's prison. That's slavery. That's not marriage. You're not in a relationship. You're a slave. Okay, you're a prisoner. So that's what you have to understand. So what you have to realize is that this marriage is bigger than a piece of paper. See, the piece of paper just seals the deal. That just consummates the union, the covenant. That's just to say, from the beginning of the time, we've been signing the dotted line. Well, we've been doing something, writing on a piece of brick, in some stone, carving, drawing a picture, drawing something in the sand and stepping across the line and letting all the witnesses see. We've been doing something to solidify this here union, that this means something. And so now, in tending to the laws of the land, you sign this dotted line. So what you got to realize is that you as a woman, you can't ever let a man talk you out that marriage certificate. Don't ever, well, we can't afford a marriage certificate right now. It's $99. That's not in the budget. You know what Dave said. He said that you need to have $1,000 in your emergency fund. And that's all we got. So if we can't go spend $99 on the marriage certificate, that's going to throw us out of budget. Don't ever let a man talk you out that marriage certificate. Okay? If you want to be here, if you want to live together, if you want to sleep together, you want to be making all these babies, we need to be on file downtown. We need to be on file downtown at the courthouse with our name on that line. Because guess what? Until you married, you single. So when he go and meet another woman at the gas station and they start talking, and then she asked him, after he took her out on a date and paid for everything, like Yvonne Orji said on her comedy special, and then she say, so yeah, are you single? Technically, your man that you sleeping with, that you having kids with, he's single. Because the government where he filed taxes, he's single. If y'all not married. And you could be married filing separately, but he's single. So when he say, yeah, I'm single, well, absolutely, I'm single, he's not lying. Y'all have been together 10 years. You got 11 and a half children because you got a dog. And guess what? He's single. That's not your husband. So guess what? When he decides to leave tomorrow, you're not getting anything. You're not getting any alimony. You're not getting any spousal support. The best you could do is try to go get child support. But imagine for those of you who been together 4, 5, 6, 7 years and you don't have children. So now when your man get ready to leave, he leaving without any repercussions. So see, another reason for marriage is it lets you know that this person locked in, that they serious. That they serious about this here thing. But see, here's the thing. That's why I got to talk an hour, because I got to cover every little caveat and nuance. And I still can't do it in an hour. And some people watch the video just to find the one thing that I didn't get to cover in an hour. Oh, Tony, yeah, you left out that. I'd be like, oh my goodness, boy. So listen to me. Here's another thing with marriage. Is this marriage lets you know that this person locked in. That this man is serious about you. And that he willing to sign the dotted line. Now this is where, on the flip side, you say, well, marriage doesn't secure anything. Marriage isn't a guarantee. A lot of people, it's a 50% divorce rate. You know why it's a 50% divorce rate? Because those people ignored the red flags. See, marriage is not an end-all, be-all. Marriage don't fix your terrible relationship, your abusive relationship, your toxic relationship. Marriage is not a cure. So if you got a bad relationship, you getting married ain't gonna change nothing. Your relationship's still gonna be bad. That's why we got 50% divorce rate, because people just thinking marriage is a magic pill. No, marriage is not a magic pill. So you getting married, but y'all broke, busted, and disgusted. Your relationship still terrible. So if your relationship is terrible, then what is marriage going to do for you? Nothing. You married to a terrible individual. So your marriage going to be terrible, and then you're going to get a divorce. And so guess what? What's happening is you got a lot of women who you twisting a man's arm. So you take him a 3-year rule and you giving him an ultimatum. But what you got to realize is he don't need an ultimatum. If y'all cross 3 years and he ain't never heard of me and you ain't never introduced me and you ain't never said my 3-year rule, that none of that matters. Because this biological, this natural, this innate, this 3 years, this come from thousands and thousands of case studies, okay, that a man who is marriage minded and who believe this woman and his wife gonna get married in under 3 years. Men, when you look at happily married couples where the man is faithful, he married that woman in under 3 years, 9 out of 10 times, because it's not rocket science. It is not rocket science. Do you know how to do rocket science? Do you know how to do rocket science? Okay, let me tell you how I know how to do rocket science. Okay, I watch the movie Hidden Figures. If you have not seen Hidden Figures, watch Hidden Figures, and you're gonna learn how to do. You're gonna see. You're not gonna learn. You're gonna see how to do rocket science. Guess what? A relationship is easier than that. A relationship is not rocket science. Okay. It is not, or maybe you call that rocket math, or maybe math is science and rockets. But a relationship, it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. So guess what? When you come into this relationship, it's natural for a man to want to marry a woman in under 3 years, because listen, it's like this, and I want you to think about this thing differently. But you got to understand. Think about this as a human. Think about this as a human. If you walk into a restaurant and you go to the buffet, and it's a buffet restaurant, and you see your absolute favorite food, and it's 100 people in this restaurant, and this line is behind you, are you going to stand in front of your favorite food and just look at it and think about it for 3 years? Or you gonna go ahead and get it? If you got the money in your account, you got enough money for a down payment, you got the credit, and you got income coming in, and you go to a car lot and you see your dream car, are you gonna visit that lot for 3 years thinking about that car? If you got what it takes to take it off the lot. to buy it and take it off the lot. If you go on a job interview and this job is your dream job, it got excellent benefits, excellent pay, 2-3 weeks paid vacation every year, it's a good commute, good distance, are you gonna do interviews for 3 years before you choose that job? You see where I'm going? You get what I'm trying to help you understand? Is that when you dealing with somebody every single day and you talking to them actively, intentively every day, and intentively is a word, if not, it is now. So, and you talking to this person intentively every day and attentively every day, you will know if this person is for you. Because guess what? A company has millions of dollars to lose. Even a small company, because a lawsuit could be into the millions. So every company, and especially the big companies that y'all work for, that may be all around the country or it may be big in your city, they got millions of dollars at risk with you. Because you could be siphoning money. You could be stealing all the toilet paper out of all the bathrooms every day. You could be taking all the pens. You could be poking holes in the walls. You could be setting stuff on fire accidentally. You could just be tearing the whole company up secretly. I remember I used to work in a corporate office, and there was a lady who did not want to, she used to go in the women's bathroom and she would boo-boo and take the boo-boo out the toilet and smear it all over the bathroom walls. And then eventually one day she got caught. And she was just a nasty spirited woman. And one day she got caught. So imagine what the job is getting ready to take on when they let you come work there. And if you like my auntie, she used to go in people's establishment and slip and fall. She was going and slip and fall. And then you can't go a mile without seeing a personal injury attorney billboard. So she'll call them, yes, I went in Publix, slipped and fell. Oh my goodness, they had the floor so wet, slipped and fell. So I need a lawsuit. So, Publix is making multi-billions of dollars. They tell that lawyer, hey, will your client accept $10,000? My auntie, absolutely, send me that $10,000. Absolutely. Send me that $10,000. So guess what? A company has a lot of liability. And the reason why I'm scratching this out, I had to block a lady the other day for telling me about don't be stretching out my stories. Block. Listen, the reason why I'm stretching this out, because I want to make this plain for you. A company could lose millions, billions off of you. But how many interviews did they give you before hiring you? How many interviews did this company have to talk to you every day for an hour a day for 3 years to hire you? No. So guess what? So when a man says, oh, I don't want to get married because my money is not where I want it to be, that's hogwash. Because a company could risk losing millions or billions of dollars off of its employees, and they hire you after 1-2 interviews. At the most, probably 3 interviews. Because money come and go. Money come and go. Imagine this now. And sometimes it backfire. Because sometimes people lose their job and they come back with that tool. And they want reckoning. It's jobs. We done seen this on the news. Where somebody got fired and went back up there with that tool. But guess what? That person got hired off 1-2 interviews. So it's some repercussions to it. You could choose wrong. But think about a relationship that you've been talking to somebody for 3 years. And this ain't even about y'all that's under 3 years. I'm talking to y'all that's past 3 years. You've been talking to her 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Talking about, oh yeah, we've been together 10 years off and on. What? What? 10 years off and on, and you still ain't married? So how does that make you feel? So now I got to switch from being a life coach to being your therapist without a certification. So let me ask you, how does that make you feel? To be with someone for 10 years and not even on. You were off a lot of times. So how does that make you feel? To be off for 10 years and on. And do you feel that's all you're worth? And is this the model that you want your daughter to go through? And what about your son? Do you want him to string a woman along for 10 years? Off and on? Okay. And so, do you feel that this has been the best use of your time the last 10 years? You see what I'm saying? Come on now. 4 years, 5 years. Don't y'all feel exempt just because I use 10 as an example. I'm talking to you 3.5 years, 37 months. I'm talking to you 37 months. I'm talking to you 33 months. 3 more months. Y'all ain't got no wedding date set. You ain't got no ring. Or you got a ring, but you ain't got no wedding date. So I'm talking to you 33 months. I'm talking to you 24-month relationship. You ain't got no ring. You ain't got no wedding date set. I'm talking to you. What are you doing? Let me ask you this. How many lives do you get to live? People talking about in my next life. Ain't no next life. You ain't coming back to earth. You're not coming back. You get one life to live. Do you want to be married and happy with somebody who love you? Somebody that feel that you worth something? Somebody that don't mind signing a dotted line, a piece of paper that they try to say don't mean nothing. A piece of paper, signing that piece of paper for you, and so that y'all can ride off in the sunset, so that you can live your life, so that you could be in the favor of God. Listen, you in this relationship, and it's been about 3 years or longer than 3 years, and y'all are sexually active, but you hollering about you a Christian. You do you think God could watch you get flipped and tossed out of wedlock and send blessings to you? It's just not how it works. It's not how it works. See, God can't bless mess. He give you the blueprint to get up out of your mess. But if God bless mess, that's like you rewarding a child for doing bad. That's like your child staying up to 2 a.m. every night. And then you taking your child the next day. Your student, your child, your niece, your nephew, the next day to buy them a toy. Say, hey, I'm going to buy you a toy for going to bed at 2 a.m. That's like your child going to school, and punching people in the nose. And then coming home. And you're like, hey, I got you a new present. Here's a gift. This is the dinosaur you've been wanting forever. I punched somebody in the nose. Oh, don't worry about it. Take this gift. That's not how God works. The Holy Bible says that God chastises those he loves. You hear me? So what the Bible tells you, spare the rod, spoil the child. You hear me? So God is not in the business of getting blessings and favor to somebody who wallowing in sin. So you willingly on your back talking about you want a man of God. You don't want a man of God if you willingly on your back, because God is not dealing in that. God not blessing the mess. You see what I'm saying? You got to come up out of the mess. You got to pray for the strength to change your life. And then when you get in right standing and you are aligned, now you can receive your blessing. Listen, the life I'm living now, from living the life I have from living a righteous lifestyle. A righteous lifestyle don't mean perfect, but it means that you're not willingly sinning and wallowing in the sin. Okay? So the life I'm living now, living a righteous lifestyle, the blessings and favor and peace. See, peace is the real wealth. It ain't about, money, material things, opportunities. Peace is the real wealth. Just being able to sleep good. You hear me? From living a righteous lifestyle. The blessing that I got. Listen, I didn't have an inkling of this peace and blessings when I wasn't living right. I didn't have an inkling of this. So I'm here to tell you that when you come out of that fornication and you get right, your life gonna change. It's gonna take some little time, because the devil asked God for the time to see if you gonna fall back and start wallowing back in that sin because you didn't get blessed fast enough. If you're gonna go back to your old ways because you've been waiting 6 months and you ain't got no raise or no promotion, so you finna get back on your back because you thought you could play God like a fiddle. You thought God was a genie in a bottle. So you thought that as soon as you get off your back, somebody finna just bless you with a $10,000 blessing out of nowhere. That your boss finna come to you and give you a raise and promotion because you got off your back. No, you're gonna have to show yourself accountable. You're gonna have to be approved. You're gonna have to be in alignment. You hear me? Because you got to go through the valley a little bit. Well, as I walk through the valley, shadows of death, I will fear no evil. See, you're gonna have to walk without fear and walk by faith, not by sight. And then you're gonna start to receive your blessings. Blessing gonna start to get dropped on you. It just ain't gonna overnight. Now you might get a little something here and there, but you really ain't gonna be in that flow. That state of flow. I'm using that word state of flow to talk about over here in this here life. Okay, this righteous life. See, that's where men with sense, men who are a man after God's heart, that's where they understand that they need to be. They see, a man understands, a man after God's heart, he understands that you either gonna be single and abstinent or you gonna get married. If you gonna deal with women, if you dealing with women, you gonna get married. You need to be getting married if you're dealing with women. So that's what he understands. So now, for one, if you don't believe in God, then you really on the wrong page, because this biblical principle that I teach, okay, if you're not a Christian, okay, all this is not really going to apply to you. Because sometimes people come in the comments, well, Tony, what about the women who don't want to be married? Well, sister, I'm not talking to you. Okay, I'm not talking to you. This page is for marriage-minded people. This is not free for all relationship advice. Okay, this is for marriage-minded people who trying to do things God way. Okay, not the world way. We trying to do things God way. We want to be in right standing with God, and we want the blessings and favor of God, not man blessings, not universal, the world, and all of that, karma and all. No, God, reaping, sowing. That's what we talking about here. So understand that if you came this far and you don't believe in God, I apologize, because if your man don't believe in God, then fornication is not a sin to him. But when you know the Lord, fornication is a sin. So if you're going to be with a woman and you want to sleep with that woman, then marriage is essential. You need to be married. And so understand this. So now if you have a man that claims to believe in God and to know God, and he want to be in fornication, then he lying. He's not a man of God. And if you have a man that does know God and he does believe in God, but he willing to sin against God by living in fornication, then there's going to be a ceiling on y'all blessings. It's going to be a ceiling on y'all. Only going to be able to produce from your work. You're not going to be able to produce from God. You're not going to have blessings and favor on another level. You only going to get what your hand works for. But see, when you get inside of favor, see, the Bible says a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. So see, when a man gets out inside of favor, every step he take, God take too. So I plant one seed, but my harvest come back look like I planted 10 seeds. You see what I mean? And so a man who is a man of God and he is marriage minded, he's not in the business of wasting your time. He's not in the business of juggling you. He's not in the business of dragging you out. He's not in the business of talking you out your draws, talking you out your favor, talking you out your righteousness, talking you out your position. See, he wants you to be in right standing. He want to court you like a queen. Then he want to get on one knee. He want to propose to you. And then he want to set a reasonable date that ain't wasting no time to get right to it, to marry you, to give you that covenant, to give you that agreement so that you can breathe easy. You can rest in his arms and know that you got a man who is a man of God. He's a provider. He's a leader. That's what he wants for you. He wants you to be secure. He don't want another woman waving her ring finger in your face and you looking at your hand. What the world? Let me see. Can I see your ring again? He don't want you jealous of no other woman. He don't want you looking at other women who got a security of marriage and you on your bike without any security. You see what I mean? He wants you to be secured in the Lord, in him, in marriage, so that you can live your life knowing that you got a faithful man who knows his place in this here world and who knows that you are his favor, that you are the catalyst to his life, that you are necessary to his advancement as a man, as a human being. See, that's what this man over here that's serious knows. So that's why I'm telling you, a man ain't ever over the age of 25 ever gonna make his wife wait longer than 3 years, because that's just disrespectful. That's just disrespectful. That's disrespectful on all levels. Like, why would you have somebody, if you really love this person, you think this person your wife, why would you make them wait more than 3 years for you to make up your mind, for you to make a decision? It's like, oh, my money ain't wet. Well, if you ain't, especially if you're an American, you ain't got to pay dowry. It's other countries where you got to pay dowry. You know, you got to pay something. And I don't know, how that really work. And if you really got to pay real cash money, now you might need to get your money up. If you really got to go pay some cash money or some cows or some cattle, some donkeys or goats. But, hey, in America, it ain't no dowry. So you ain't got to have no money to get married, unless that woman requiring that you have X amount of dollars. And if that's the case, then you might be marrying the wrong woman. If she got a specific money requirement that you got to have as a good man, a man of character who living right by God and building your life, then that's the wrong woman. If she got this, you need to have a 700 credit score and you need to have $50,000 in savings to marry me. Okay, keep going about your business, man. Just go on about your business, because you dealing with the wrong woman. She thinks she the car lot, and you trying to come buy a Bentley. Go on about your business, man. If you living right, you serving God, you ambitious, you working, Life speak for itself. Anything could have happened. Somebody could have bad credit because their mama put something in their name without their permission. Somebody could have bad credit. People literally today is checking credit scores before they get married. That credit don't mean nothing. That's man-made. What is your credit score with God? What's God credit score for you? Because when I had a 500 credit score for man, I had an 850 for God. You hear me? And eventually, if you got an 850 for God, you're going to have an 850 for man eventually. But you might have gone through some things. So to the woman on this, make sure that you ain't blocking your blessings by having unrealistic expectations and asking a man about stuff that does not matter. That does not matter. Because you literally, and I've seen this with the credit score, you literally could have a 550 today, and 31 days from now, have a 750. But it's literally women coming to me, hey Tony, when should we talk about credit score? And should I marry a man with a bad credit? A credit score can be manipulated so easy. In 30 days, somebody's score could jump up 200 plus points. Yes, I done seen it done. I got clients that do credit repair. My daddy do credit repair. I done done it for me. So make sure if you the woman, you ain't blocking your blessings by having crazy stipulations that don't matter. That do not matter in the grand scheme of things. Is this man a man after God's heart? Is this man a man of character? Is this man ambitious? Is he getting up and going to work every day? Is he working hard as he can work? Is he focused and driven and faithful and honest and trustworthy? Is he marriage minded? Is he ready to put a ring on it and walk down that aisle or stand up under the arch at the courthouse without the aisle to walk down? Is he ready to do that? If he is, then you need to be accepting a man's hand in marriage. Because it's worrying about a credit score. While you worrying about what his job paying him, do the man go to work 40 hours a week? Regardless what the job pay him, that's going to go up. That's going to go up. When y'all get married and God can pour out that favor, his life, his finances finna go up. Does he have the ambition and the heart, the diligence, the dedication, the faithfulness? Does he have the intangibles? Hear what I'm saying? He might have a 0 credit score because he might not have no credit card. Might not have any credit. Might have a 400, 500 because he ain't never built no credit. And the only thing he got on the credit is cable bills and medical bills and phone bills that's in collection because of mama. But what did mama did to him? What did daddy did to him? I remember when I first looked at my credit, I had a credit card from before I knew how to spell credit. And I was like, what the world? Who put this on my credit? But you come from certain places, your parents using your social security number to get stuff. So that's what you got to understand. That if this man ready, as a woman, if this man got the intangibles and he ready to get married, don't you block the blessings. Because you got crazy stipulations. Because then you deserve to be single. And you're going to stay single if you worry about things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But if you as a woman are not worried about those things, and this man is not ready and willing to get married, and y'all pushing 3 years or y'all past 3 years, okay, give me this here purse. All right, got to go. Put that purse over that shoulder. Okay. Nice knowing you. I'm finna go. Got to go. Hey, listen to what I'm telling you now. Today you've listened to the 3-year rule. This very real. It's gonna try to be people try to holler about ain't no time limit and all that. Yeah, you right, ain't no time limit, but it's 3 years or less. Okay, you wanna do it in 2? All right, great. 2.5, great. 1, all right, great. But 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years? No, unacceptable. Unacceptable. You wasting people's time. You wasting people's life. And one thing we cannot get back is time. You get money back, you won't get time back. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Oh, make sure you visit mymentor.life to book your coach. And this month, only 30% off on the life coach certification. So if you want to become a life coach, make sure you go ahead. Even if you don't use it till next year, Make sure you go ahead and take your life coach certification and then join us on mymentor.life to get you some clients. God bless you. We'll talk soon.